storm has passed, the time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. The storm is gone, and maybe it's not too long until you rest your head, get some sleep, try to dream of something sweet. Thunder's gone, the rain is coming down. If you look up to the sky, you see things are clearing now. Everything is gonna be okay, even when it's not. All storms pass eventually. Know you have a lot. You got me, you got mom, got all the things that you've become. Me, you got mom, got a loving home where you're from. You got me, you got mom, so love your family. You only get one, only get one. Storm has passed, the time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. Storm is gone, maybe it's not too long until you rest your head and get some sleep. Try to dream of something sweet. You're gonna be alright. You're gonna sleep just fine tonight, tonight, tonight. You're gonna sleep just fine. Tonight, gonna sleep just fine. Tonight, tonight.
Oh, hey. Bancroft Storm is looking pretty grumpy. We're going to go live for this storm here. I have to travel today, which is going to be tricky this afternoon. It's so early, I'm still drinking my coffee. That's right, I'm back on coffee. Let's go. I have to be, all the streaming we've done. How's everybody doing? We doing all right? That was quite a thunderstorm this morning in Barrie. Pack some snacks, I will. So we're going to stay with family in Oakville, right? I'm bringing my MacBook. I can stream from my MacBook. We know that because I streamed in the car. That's 11:40. It's been a while since we've had a morning stream. Have I built a Dominator yet? No thanks. So, anyways, did I get much sleep? The thunderstorm woke me up, and I was up for a while posting and answering questions and stuff. But what the heck was I saying? Oh yeah, so I'm bringing my MacBook. So my quality of stream isn't going to be that great, but it'll be from the MacBook. It's a newer MacBook. It's fine. It's fine. I got it right before they updated the pricing. So there's that. Severe thunderstorm warning continues in eastern Ontario here. We did mention minor rotation on this storm. That minor rotation, I believe, has weakened. Still a 9% tornado risk on this cell, though. It's kind of in a strange spot. We don't have the greatest radar coverage for it. We do have Franktown. Franktown is talking about some really strong winds in there, though. Oh, sorry, not Franktown, but Fort Drum, New York, the KTYX radar. It's showing some very, very strong wind gusts in that cell. Now, the Franktown radar is actually perpendicular to it. So the Franktown radar would have a better opportunity to see if there was any rotation. This kind of looks interesting. Not really until 2, not really until 3, till 4, till 5, till 6, till 7. We got all the tilts. We got all the tilts. We got all 17 tilts of Canadian radar, which is useful at times. Okay, a lot of folks are probably asking about what's going through Ottawa area right now. It's looking pretty weak. The stuff later tonight, though. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to stream this storm as it tracks out of Ontario. And then we're probably going to shut down the stream or maybe go into like some hybrid mode or something. Hybrid mode might be doable. It all depends on Brendan's able to do that. But then later on, what's going on with the storm near Timmins here? Let's take a look at this, actually. Later on, the stuff in northeastern Ontario looks really strong. I'm going to be with family. I always go away with family for Canada Day weekend. That's the reason I wasn't live during the EF4 in Alberta. It was because we were deep in a family thing in the middle of it. Now, mind you, even though I wasn't live during the EF4 in Alberta, I did notify that thing, I think, well in advance of the tornado warning, or at least in advance of the tornado warning. I was able to notify that storm. So even when I'm extremely tied up with family and busy, I still have my phone. I'm still notifying stuff. And of course, we have this wonderful team as well that's on the ball with a lot of this stuff, which is great. So, but yeah, later on tonight with these storms coming down from northeastern Ontario, they're already kind of developing here. We got video from Timmins, thunderstorms from Timmins here. There's a little tiny bit of minor rotation going on with that cell. Tilt 2 shows it too. Tilt 3, tilt 4. Actually, there is a little bit of minor rotation on that cell. It's only 1% tornado risk on it, but that might update on the next frame. You can see that the storm risk polygon is not covering that particular part of the storm properly. Although, actually, do we have the latest velocity on that? Let me hit refresh here. Because it looks like the velocity didn't update on that radar. Or did it? It looks like an old velocity scan. Is that true? Let me see here. Check some stuff in the background. Good. Good. Let me just check. But how's everybody doing? Did you get waken up by some storms this morning? I sure did. Yeah, that stuff coming down from Timmins down here, maybe towards North Bay. North Bay already had quite a decent storm this morning, but this next round of stuff that's going to be coming down is going to be pretty grumpy. So, yeah, we might need to do hybrid mode because I don't know if there's going to be much of a transition between those two. But I've got to travel this afternoon. I still haven't even packed, which is not good. My wife is not very happy with me. She's like, I get you have to stream, but you're streaming every day, all day. I'm like, I know, sweetie, this thing's crazy. Stuff's crazy. She's like, I get that. Let me see here. Yeah, it looks like velocity from CAS RF is actually delayed. 17 minutes old. The velocity scan is actually 17 minutes old here. So that was right there. and it continues with a little bit of rotation. So I'm going to go minor rotation on this one towards, I forget how to pronounce this, and it's early in the morning, and I've had 2 sips of my coffee. So Matachewan. Matachewan? Matachewan. Mata. I feel like it's Mata. Matachewan? Is it Matachewan? Matachewan? Help me, please. Somebody help me. Help me. Now that we don't have velocity radar from that radar, I'm going to go minor on this one because, oh yeah, there's lots of outages on that radar. And that's not just for us, it's for, I checked a couple different apps here and everybody's the same. Where is the storm? It's northwest of that area, traveling southeast towards that area. So I'm going to go minor rotation on that one. It's a polygon time. We're only 11 minutes into the live stream, and I'm already doing minor rotation here. We detected minor rotation with a storm located 40 kilometers southeast of Timmins, traveling southeast of 65 kilometers an hour towards Matachuan. Matachu. This is just me trying to remember how to spell it. Oh, it's Matachewan? Oh, it's Matachewan. Matachewan. Okay, cool. I don't know. Have I ever tracked a storm through Matachewan before? I don't even remember saying that before. Maybe. Matachewan. Okay, perfect. Thank you, everybody. Okay, that looks good to me. Make that 11:48. And it's blue, and it looks good. And let's go 2 hours. 2 hours. 50 people I'm going to notify. That's wild. 50 people up in Matachewan. I did last week. Come on, Calgary Tech. You're just trolling me. I don't think I said it. Did I say it? If you can give the live stream a like, we would appreciate it. Hit that like button. As someone who loves weather, what exactly is the importance of minor rotation? Nothing else in the storm looks dangerous. Minor rotation is basically, so what we say is that in rare cases, minor rotation can produce a wall cloud, a funnel cloud, or potentially even a tornado. There's been many, many times. For example, that monster tornado that happened in Manitoba, was that 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago in Manitoba. We did minor rotation because we saw a little bit of a hook. We saw a little bit of rotation on it. And so we went minor rotation. Most of the time we say minor rotation, and then what we see with the storm starting to rotate usually fizzles out. So the majority of the time, minor rotation turns into nothing. But there have been many, many, many occasions where we said minor rotation. Oh, we just got an update on the velocity. And here's an example. The minor rotation kind of turned into nothing there. We'll continue to watch it, though, just in case, because it could recycle. Yeah, so most of the time, minor rotation turns out to be nothing, and that's great. And so that's why we're pretty clear with that. We say, in rare cases, minor rotation can strengthen. And if it strengthens, you could get yourself a wall cloud, which is a rotating lowering from the storm. You could get yourself a funnel cloud. We all know what that is. Or a funnel cloud could touch the ground, and you could get yourself a tornado. So, but there have been many, many, many cases where we've said minor rotation. Barrie 2021, we said minor rotation, tracking towards Barrie. And then, EF2 tornado ended up touching down. So minor rotation is like an early heads up that the storm is starting to rotate. It might fizzle, but it could continue. Bella says Matachuan. So Lindsay says Matachewan, but then Bella says Matachuan. So which one is it? Is it Matachuan? Matachewan? Which one? Bella, thank you. Appreciate it. She says Matachuan. Matachuan. Which one is it? But yeah, so that's what minor rotation is. So it's like a heads up. It doesn't mean for sure this thing's going to produce a tornado. It means that we're paying. It really means we're paying close attention to it. It is. We are lucky that you're on vacation, Lindsay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Storm with rotation up in Manitoba. I'll go take a look. There's a bit of rotation up on that storm northwest of Timmins. We're going to keep an eye on that one. Sorry. Someone said there's rotation in Manitoba? Why? I don't see anything. I just see a big blob. It looks like there's strong winds here, but it's all just messy, washed out, probably elevated. I'm not seeing anything in Manitoba with rotation. Diddly squat. Diddly squat. Let's see here. Looks like we're going to try something on YouTube because people like to go bananas and spam things 1,000 times, and our moderators, they're pulling their hair out over it. So we're going to try to do a little bit of a slow chat on YouTube. We're just going to delay messages 30 seconds. So when you send a message, you won't be able to send another message on YouTube for 30 seconds. So this is most people, that's totally fine. Most people aren't sending more than one message every 30 seconds. But for the people that are like trying to spam us, it'll slow it down, right? So Mattawatchin, says Nathan. Okay. We're getting a lot of Mattawatchin. I promise you guys will be okay if your town name gets said wrong. Is there a big blob polygon? What's up, Squirrel Depot HOA? What's up? Matachewan. Is Minden safe? I think so. Like in general, or do you mean from the storms? In general, I think it's probably a pretty safe community, right? If you mean from the storms, yeah, everything's east of you right now. Where's Minden? Minden's over here somewhere. Minden. There you go. Yeah, you're fine right now. You're good. All this stuff is over here from Bancroft down to Bon Echo. Again, we're just going to... some of the model data says this thing might actually weaken as it heads down towards Kingston, Athens, Gananoque area. The stuff that's going through Ottawa right now looks pretty boring on radar, which is good. Let's take a look at the mesoanalysis. Let's see if there's any non-sup in the area. Any non-sup? What's up, non-sup? No, that's non-supercell. So that would be like funnel, like what we like to call, some people like to call it cold core funnels. We have learned not to call it that because Dr. Sills does not prefer that term. But it's just, I think it just helps people differentiate between classic supercells and less than classic. We wouldn't be saying cold core funnels in this case because there's nothing cold about what's going on here. Let's see here. It is soupy outside right now. Whoa. Here's the VTP. So we do have a little bit of VTP, violent tornado parameter, in the area. Not much, but there's some. So we're going to watch this storm track down slowly but surely. Could be some pretty strong winds in there. The U.S. radar is really picking up on some strong winds on the backside of it. I don't know if those are actually manifesting at the surface, but the Cloyne area looks pretty decent. 23% wind risk on that one. 63% severe wind risk on this Denbigh, Gunter, Addington Highlands area. So we're going to continue to watch this. Again, some of the models say that this thing's kind of strong now, and it's actually going to start to fizzle as it approaches New York State. So we're going to watch that closely. The stuff in Ottawa looks pretty boring. Any lightning strikes in there, folks? Let me know. Don't call me Shirley. I was going to make that joke, but you did it for me, Marty. Thank you. Appreciate it. Slowly but surely. Denbigh, it's pronounced. Oh, Denbigh? I thought it was more like Newfoundland. Denbigh. No, Denbigh. Okay. Yes, in Cloyne. What's going on in Cloyne, Greg? Let us know what you're experiencing. If you're somewhere we're talking about and it's safe to do so, if you can let us know what you're experiencing, it is such a better experience in the chat, because instead of everybody like, My favorite is like, someone's like, I'm in Barrie. What's happening here? It's like, you're in Barrie. Can you tell us what's happening for you? Like, it really helps us to see kind of real-time reports. Yeah, it helps a lot. By the way, you can report through our app as well. If you have our app, click the report button, and then you can click the camera button. You can actually send us videos and photos. You can see this. Here's a report right here from Bancroft. Heavy rain 17 minutes ago from Faraday, Ontario. And thank you, Anonymous, for sending that in. Appreciate it. There was lots of damage. There was structural damage in Winnipeg last night. Is it better to report via the app? I mean, it's nice that I can see it on the live stream. It's useful, and all of those reports get sent back to the Northern Tornadoes Project. If it's significant, we literally just send all the reports to them, and then they can go through and see what is significant and what is not. If it's just raining, you can just click the rain button. Like, you don't have to necessarily send us a video of it raining. Like, this is wild. That's from Bancroft. I mean, it's nice to see if the winds, like if it's just raining straight and there's no winds, feel free to just hit the rain button and hit submit. If the wind is going sideways and it's a pretty intense storm and it's safe to do so, it looks like there could be some flooding on the road there too. But if it's safe to do so, you can send us either a video through Ontario Storm Reports on Facebook, or, send it through the app and then send it to Ontario Storm Reports as well. We're working on a button that we can press that if we see a wild report, we can actually click a button and automatically post it to our pages and to Ontario Storm Reports as well too. So probably the best way to be send it through the app is the best way for sure. But of course, after you send it through the app, click the share button, click save to camera roll, and then go and post it on, like Liz Rayshine did here from Bancroft. Thank you so much for that report. Appreciate it. Yeah, the winds are pretty gusty on that one. This is a report from Ottawa here from Sean LaBelle. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it. And if you do want to post like a photo or video of like it just raining or just some cloud, I mean, actually, you know what? Scrap what I said. Send us all the videos, all the photos you want. It's all good. It's all going back to the Northern Tornadoes Project. If there's hail, it's going to go back to the Northern Hail Project. Send as many reports as you want. It's no biggie. It's all good. It helps a lot, actually. Because sometimes you might not even see something. Sometimes you're like, oh, there's just some clouds. I'll send a video to Adam, or I'll send a photo to Adam. Preferably, if you see something in clouds like rotation, a short video is so helpful. Because if you send us a photo, we can't see if it's rotating, right? But if it's safe to do so, if you can click the report button, click the camera button, it automatically defaults to video. Record a 5-10 second video of that storm moving, just so we can see some motion. Even 10-20 second. A lot of times in Manitoba and Saskatchewan, the last few days, people have been kind of like looking at the thing that's interesting for about 5-10 seconds, and then they're kind of panning the sky as much as they can see of the sky. Some people could see all the way around them, and they would kind of slowly turn around, try to hold it still, but pan the sky slowly but surely. Don't call me Shirley. And anyways, yeah, and that does help a lot. So if you could do that, we would appreciate it. All the reports help a lot. How big is that cup? This cup? I don't know, like a 10 ounce? It's probably a 12 ounce. This coffee is delicious. I have coffee in it. Oh, this is like old school. This is old school Stormwatch here. Check it out. Coffee and a banana. That's what powered me for years and years. I don't want to eat that banana. I'm thinking about it. Is there a lot of Cape? Oh boy, there's a lot of Cape. Let's go look at the Cape. Thermodynamics. Surface-based Cape. I'm still on National. Let me go northeast so we can get some detail on this. Is there some Cape? Well, let's see. Over in Hanover, there's 5,000 Cape. If a storm pops over here, it's going to go bananas. By the way, I really don't like what I'm seeing for tomorrow morning. I'm going to go double check the models here. But actually, let's do it together. I'm just going to jump on COD here. Let's look at COD. Okay. This is an old school model website, but I love it. This College of Do page. I want to see what's going on for tomorrow morning because it kind of looks like a crazy windstorm is going to go through the Barrie area tomorrow morning. Let's see if it's still going on. Okay, it might not be as strong as it was before. Models keep changing. The problem is that they're not launching a lot of weather balloons in the States right now, and it's just messing up the weather models big time. But yeah, so this says this storm's going to kind of come down here. It's going to track out. We're going to see that stuff coming in from the north. And so could see some pretty strong storms in northeastern Ontario. This is this morning's run. And then I want to see what's going on for, that's all overnight. Just for context here, this is Ottawa. This is Barrie. This is Toronto. This is like the Bruce Peninsula. Here's Windsor down here. I'm just looking at southern Ontario at the moment. But I wanted to see what it's saying for that storm tomorrow. Okay, so there's tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, things pop again. So much Cape. So much energy right now. I want to look at 10-meter wind gusts on that, though, because this storm, this cluster that was going to go through Barrie on some of the model runs looked really strong. It may have weakened, though. Let's see. Look at the winds up there, though. This strong winds on those storms. Whoa, wild winds up here. On those storms through northeastern Ontario. And then we'll look at the latest model data just to see what that looks like. Okay, never mind. This is still insanely strong. Look at these wind gusts going through Bruce Peninsula tomorrow. This is tomorrow actually at 5 o'clock. Oh my goodness. And that's going through kind of Perry Sound, the Go Home area, Midland. Absolutely ridiculous strong wind gusts. And then it looks like it tapers off a lot. It weakens. It still stays fairly strong. Like I still consider this to be fairly strong wind gusts, potentially severe. But when it goes through Bruce Peninsula and it goes through Georgian Bay there, it looks absolutely ridiculously strong. So we may have to be live for that little window at least tomorrow, depending on how it goes. Also, the really, really strong winds. If you look over here in Eastern Ontario, right through kind of Pembroke, Petawawa, down towards Ottawa here, little pockets of very strong winds. They do weaken. And also right here, too, kind of east of Peterborough tomorrow. Anyways, this is just one model run. This is going to probably change. It has been changing multiple times. Let's look at the updated version. Yeah, the updated version looks not too bad for the winds, other than right on the Quebec, Ontario border, way up northeastern Ontario. I do want to see the supercell composite here. Oh boy, there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy and there's a lot of shear. So this might be really driven by the Cape, though. Yeah, the Cape is insane. 4,000 Cape. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's take a look at the simulated reflectivity, though. I want to see, this is the latest model. So the latest model says that this storm we're tracking right now is going to kind of turn into a big blob of rain, which it kind of already is, and potentially weaken as it tracks to the southeast. This stuff up in northeastern Ontario, though, right along the Quebec border, is looking ridiculously strong. Probably some huge hail in there. Maybe some, I don't know, ping pong ball, maybe tennis ball sized hail, golf ball sized. I don't know if it's going to go tennis ball, but you could see probably some golf ball up there, and then storms overnight. So we're definitely going to be live to track this out into New York State. We'll see if we go live later for this. We may or may not, but we're definitely going to be notifying those storms, regardless of if we're live or not. But 5,000 Cape right now. So yeah, the energy in the atmosphere right now is ridiculous. However, you need shear to support it, right? So I don't know how much shear we've got on these storms. That's still looking pretty strong here by Arden at the moment. Let me get rid of this meso analysis because it's filling up my screen. That's looking interesting. There's a bunch of shear on the front edge of that storm. And over here by Northbrook on Tilt 2, there are some really, really strong winds on Tilt 2 higher up in the storm. Let's see what percentages we got on this thing now. 72% total severe risk, 12% tornado risk on this cell. Let's look at it from the U.S. radar. It might give us a different perspective on it. And so the U.S. radar is saying that the winds are the winds aloft, so higher up in the storm, are 144 kilometers an hour. Now, is that reaching the surface in Bon Echo? Hard to say. Oh, Amazing Person says the RFS is showing some development. They really need to switch that from the FV3 model, though. They're switching it from the FV3 and then it's probably going to replace a lot of models. This is still looking pretty darn strong, and there's definitely hail in here, and there's strong winds. So this is still cooking pretty strong, folks. And that will eventually head down towards, it looks like Kingston's in it here. The west side of the storm is really racing. You see that? This part that went through Bancroft is really just racing down towards Kingston. So Kingston is in a severe thunderstorm watch, and it's not going to be long until Kingston's in a severe thunderstorm warning. Environment Canada says 90 to 100 kilometer an hour wind gusts are possible, quarter-size hail, and 30 to 50 millimeters of rainfall. Kingston should probably... Yeah, our RFS V2 will be from the FV3. The FV3 model is the uber hype model, but sometimes it can get things right. It's pretty much the model of like, you want to see the worst possible scenario. FV3 is the one. In very rare cases, does it actually pan out? Is COD publicly available? Yeah, you just go to weather.cod.edu, weather.cod.edu. There's also Pivotal Weather. Pivotal Weather is a lot more user-friendly, probably. I just like COD. I've just been using it for so long. Like, Dave Patrick told me about it back in like 2011 or something, or 2012. And I've just been using COD. I like it because it's old school, but it's pretty... that's not even like their current website. That's like their legacy website. They have like a current updated UI. I just use their legacy version. We're actually going to, on Instant Weather Pro, we're going to actually add a bunch of models. So at that point in time, I won't even be going to COD anymore. I'll just be checking out the models on our site. But a little bit of rotation here near Arden has continued for a few frames here. Not really showing that up much on tilt 2. Now, I would say that Franktown is perpendicular to this storm. So there's a little something going on there. Now, could that be outflow? Maybe. It's not really supported up high. Actually, it kind of is. If you consider that this could be stretching over here for it. Speaking of stretching, let's go take a look at the tilting and stretching. If you go to the beta products and you go to tilting and stretching, it's actually a really useful product to see if we're getting any tilting stretching going on here. Wait, what the heck happened? Let me refresh that. Let's take a look at EF0 potential. 15% chance of EF0 there. What do we have for EF2? 1% chance, yeah. Pretty weak. EF4 is going to be nothing, but back to tilting and stretching. Yeah, there's a little bit of tilting and stretching going on, not too much. I'm going to go back to composite indices, and I'm going to check out the supercell clean here, and let's see what supercell we're at. We're at a 2, it looks like. Yeah, we're at about a 2. Now, a little bit of rotation near Arden. I'm going to wait another frame on that one. It has been kind of developing. I'm going to do a polygon, but I'm not going to send it out just yet. I'm going to click on meow, and I'm going to go back and click on meow. And then I have this ready. I have that storm track ready to see the next frame. When is the next frame? Right now it is 12:10. We get a frame in like a minute or two. Something like that. Midland, yeah, tomorrow. Midland tomorrow. I'm fairly concerned with that. I've been seeing it run after run after run with that big, strong windstorm going through Bruce Peninsula and going into the Georgian Bay tomorrow. It used to be tomorrow late morning, and now it's more tomorrow around 5 o'clock after all this daytime heating, which is not great. So I'm pretty concerned about that. Kevin said, I was going to go out for a paddle at 10. The push notification came in just before I headed out. Well, I'm glad you didn't go for a paddle with this storm rolling in, if you are in the path of this particular one. Can I check if there's going to be a storm for North Battleford today? I can take a peek, yeah. Hey, Dylan. Welcome back. Okay, when do we get an update? In like a minute? Okay, I got a minute to check on North Battleford. 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 Let's take a look at Environment Canada's forecast here, actually. Let's go to weather features, go down to thunderstorm and day 1. Okay, so here's your day 1. Where's the Battleford? There we go. You could see some non-severe thunderstorms there today. There is a moderate risk in Alberta. Why isn't this clicking? Let me zoom out here so we can see the details. 70 to 90 kilometer an hour wind gusts, 1 to 2.5 centimeter hail, 20 to 30 millimeters of rainfall for parts of Alberta today. Kind of the eastern side of Calgary, northeastern side of Calgary, all the way up to Red Deer, down through Brooks and Medicine Hat. Lots of areas of non-severe storms. Grand Prairie area has moderate risk as well, too, of severe storms. And what are those details here? About the same, 90 kilometer an hour, up to 4 centimeter hail, and up to 50 millimeters of rainfall.
Check out the video that's playing on Ontario Storm Reports. It just refreshed, but it's going to play.
Oh, yeah. Astorville? Whoa. Oh my goodness. That almost looked like an eddy that went right through their property. That was at 8 a.m. in Astorville. Whoa, those are some strong gusts right there. Look at the swirling going on. That might have been an eddy that went like literally. Looks like they had some wind damage to their awning there. Oh my goodness. Thank you for that report, Scott. That was at 8:35 a.m. Astorville. We'll take a look at that. There is a funnel cloud potential here from Environment Canada for areas northeast of ebb and flow, all the way up here to, there's not many, Blood Vein area, Little Grand Rapids, all the way up to Poplar River. This is all funnel cloud potential up here. Non-severe storms are possible through big areas, all the way through much of Saskatchewan, through much of Manitoba. Here's the forecast for today from Environment Canada. It does mention, I believe it does mention a tornado risk. Yeah, tornado risk is yes. 90 to 110 kilometer an hour wind gusts, 3 to 5 centimeter hail, 40 to 60 millimeters of rainfall for today for northeastern Ontario and for eastern Ontario, and kind of cutting down here through central parts of central Ontario. Let's go take a quick look at tomorrow. Actually, I want to check that radar first because I had that polygon ready. It's a polygon time. If I turn off that forecast, this will look different. There we go. Yeah, there's still some broad rotation there. Let's go to 2. Let's go to 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. There's some broad rotation there, but it's not super compelling. What percentages are we at right now? 17% tornado risk, 74% severe wind risk on that storm. Still a pretty strong storm here. This area, this McLean area, has my attention. Is anybody from the McLean area? Good afternoon, just for me. Yeah, it's really helpful if... amazing person checked the radar from 8:35 a.m. It was before the storms merged into a huge MCS. Looks like it was more of a supercell with rotation. That could have been a tornado. This video right here could have been a little brief tornado, or at least the start or the end of a tornado. But obviously, it's causing damage there, knocking trees down, doing damage to their property. And you see the wind swirling on that. So Amazing Person 349 says that may have been a little tornado there. And where was that again? It was in Astorville. I'll take a historical look at that in just a second here. Oh, you're in McLean, no obvious rotation? Perfect. Love this instant report. Love that. Send me your... Thank you for the... I was about to read your channel, your YouTube name, but maybe not. Maybe not. Looks like we just got a video from there too, 10 minutes ago from South Frontenac. Okay, I'll take a peek at that too. Okay. So we continue to watch those storms as they track towards Kingston. Strong wind gusts are the problem. Looks like 2 cells were merging at that time, says Dalton. And sometimes, yeah, you're going to have 2 cells merge and you're going to have a little spin up, right? You're going to have a little eddy right on the merge. So Yeah, good call. Brian's going to post that video. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. Appreciate it. And that was Scott Blaze. Thank you very much. Scott Blay, thank you. Appreciate it. Habs316 coming in with a super chat. Thank you so very much, Habs316. Always been very supportive of our channel. Appreciate it. Calgary Tech says it's almost noon, Adam. Thank you. Your bottle water fun as promised. Thank you, Dottie. Appreciate it. Very kind of you, Dottie. Didn't have to do that. Okay, let's get back to the forecast here. So let's take a look at night one. Here's night one. So we could still see very strong storms going through Greater Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie, North Bay, and down into Eastern Ontario through the night. And Environment Canada doesn't mention a tornado risk at night for that one. It's kind of overnight. If we go to, let me just take a look at these storms up in northeastern Ontario for a sec. Looking fairly dynamic. That minor rotation towards Matachhewen. You told me how to pronounce this. It was Matawatch. Matawatchin? I think so. I forget. You just explained how to. Let's not go through that all again. Teresa came in and gifted 5 Instant Weather YouTube memberships. Thank you so much, Teresa. That's very kind of you. Is Canada Day ruined in Grand Prairie tomorrow? I'm not sure. Probably not. I mean, it's Canada Day's never ruined, even if there's storms. Let's see here. So that is tonight. Let's go take a look at day 2. Oh, no day 2 showing up. That means Environment Canada hasn't put that day 2 forecast raw data out yet. So we don't have that yet for Ontario. But so they're probably working on that right now. Day 3. We should have that set up so it does the previous day too. I think that would be useful. Anyways, okay, we'll continue to watch these storms here. This is the big grumpy storm we're looking at right now. In the McLean area, someone said no obvious rotation, so just a strong storm moving in. 21% tornado risk on this storm still. Might be getting contaminated a bit by these brutal shear vectors that are happening. Canadian radar has a real hard time with strong shear environments. But really strong winds are possible in here. U.S. radar is saying the winds aloft are extremely strong on this storm. Any of that kind of dips down towards the surface and you got yourself a problem. How do I get a gift? So on YouTube, I guess you can send like super chats. I don't know exactly how it works, but I really appreciate those who are sending them in. Were we live for that storm over in southern Alberta a few weeks ago that had 3 tornadoes? I think maybe. Oh, do you mean, in southern Alberta? 3 tornadoes? Maybe. I can't remember. I can't remember anymore. That's all starting to blur together, folks. It's a big blur.
Yeah, I calculated the streams we've done this month, and it was something like 20 out of 30 days so far.
Oh my goodness.
We're all blurring together.
It's a blur, folks. We'll wake up sometime in the winter and think it was all a dream. It was all a dream. Thank you so much for becoming a new member, Ted. Appreciate it. Very kind of you. Yeah. Oh, the gift. I see. The gift membership is random. Yeah, it's just random. So I guess you can gift memberships, and then YouTube will just randomly select people that don't have a membership and give it to them for the month. So, anyways, huge thank you to Teresa for sending all those gift memberships in. Appreciate that. Looks like we got a report from Joshua McGregor here from Lanark County. Storm is right on our doorstep. Rain is starting to fall, and the wind is likely to pick up after the outflow boundary gust front of the storms move through, I'm assuming he said. And yeah, he's right on that one. Thank you so much. Appreciate the report. But yeah, the storm is from U.S. radar. The hail core is really starting to pick it up on that storm near Callidor. You getting some hail in Callidor there, folks? Maybe the hail's hanging. The hail might be hanging up in the air and not falling because the lowest tilt of radar from Franktown is actually not showing any hail. So, but I bet you the big chunk of ice just floating in that storm. The inflow must be holding it up. Pretty impressive that you can have. I wonder if there's a way to calculate how much weight, like a huge hail core in a supercell thunderstorm, how much weight is the air holding up before that falls? That's got to be hundreds of thousands of pounds of ice in the air. It's holding it up in the air. It's unbelievable. The power of nature is pretty wild, isn't it? Somebody run those numbers real quick for me. Amazing Person 349. Yeah, the sky is green, so it is holding up some ice. This is a perfect example. I just saw a photo of the sky being pretty much green on that storm. And it looks like the person who posted that photo is just south of Callidor here. And they're saying it's green. I'm going to take a look at these photos. We got quite a few photos here. Oh, were those? Let me see here. One sec. I'm going to double check those in the background just to make sure they're legit. We have gallery mode now. Oh boy, we got gallery mode. Hold on a sec. Let me refresh this. So gallery mode lets us see like a bunch of like the latest photos and videos, which is super sweet. Gallery mode. Love to see it. Boom. I just said bump up a hail instead of sail. We could make hail for that song. All the ice is falling down. It's all on the ground. Blame it on the CAPE, baby. Bump up a hail. I gotta make a cover song. I gotta turn sail into a cover song about hail. Hail. That's great. I gotta do that. That's fantastic. Should I make a whole music video out of it? Let me know. That might be one of the funniest ideas I've had in a while. Blame it on the on my ADD baby. So, and the original song says blame it on my ADD baby. But what could you say? Blame it on all the cape, baby. Oh, that's great. Hail. Blame it on ECCC, baby. No, you can't blame them for the hail. You got to blame it on the cape. You got to blame it on the convective available potential energy. I got to do that. I'm making a music video of that for sure. Maybe I'll ask my band if they want to do it. They'll probably laugh at me, but that'd be sweet. You guys want to do a music video? Cover it, but make it about hail. That's funny. It was kind of like the sheepdogs were on like the Weather Network doing a forecast. That was actually pretty cool. It was a bit corny, but it was pretty cool. I mean, this would be corny too, you know. What's wrong with corny? I'm all right with corny. Let's do it. Lindsay said, blame it on my ADD is certainly coming in clutch here. It sure is. It sure is. Interesting inflow right here. I want to take a look at these photos, but they're not showing up in the background here. Hold on a second. Why aren't they showing? Show me the photos. Show me the photos. I can see them on this map. They're not showing up on this map. But I want to look at them in the background just to verify that they're legit. But they're not showing up. Maybe they will. Let's see. Hello, photos. Why would they show? They literally have the exact same map duplicated. Why wouldn't they show up here? That's it. I'm swapping maps. There we go. I'm gonna pull that map out and look at those photos. Oh yeah, wow. Oh, that is from Noah. Okay. Let me see here. Was that Noah that reported that? I know a guy named Noah. Yeah, you can see the green in that storm. Definitely some hail being held up in that storm. Typically, when you see green in a storm, a lot of people say, oh, does that mean it's tornado? But for the most part, it actually means there's hail there. Yeah, look at these photos here. I think these were from Noah. Look at that sky. Ooh, it's got that putrid kind of look to it here. And Stone Mills. So that's that one. And then there's this one. Ooh, look at that. What a shot. Our silly time date thing is kind of getting in the way. We need to shimmy that down so it's at the bottom of the screen. But, whoa. That's from Stone Mills there. Thank you for the report. Appreciate it. It was anonymous, but I think it might have been Noah. I know a guy. And let's look at this one here. Obviously, they're traveling. Whoa, that's that shot right now from Stone Mills. That's at 12:23, so that's only 5 minutes ago. What a shelf cloud coming in on that storm, and you can see the greenish, like kind of teal color of the hail core being held up in that storm. Great shot there. Thank you so much. Be safe out there, please. Yeah, you can see they're traveling from here to here to here, so they're driving south. Looks like they'll be down in Ingle soon. Let's take a look at that storm. This is interesting here, but it's very broad. Tilt 2 is a little more interesting, though, right here. And it's actually there on tilt 3. That's actually a little bit more interesting. And it's actually right there. Just a tiny little bit on multiple tilts right there. We got to watch that part of the storm. What percentages are we at now? 16% tornado risk, still 75% severe wind risk on this cell. Wow. Let's look at it from, looks like there's a meso analysis or mesoscale discussion from the US. Bum, ba, ba. Bum, ba, ba. It's like a picture from Riley H. I'll go take a look at that one. How come it's not showing up on that other map? It's driving me nuts. Let's see if I can get that to show up. Hail. That's a great idea. I don't have many, but that one's great. That one's a good one. Hail. Baby. Hail. Yeah, they included Kingston in the mesoscale discussion. Sometimes from the US, they just like highlight parts of Canada. Normally, they cut it off at the international border, but in some cases, they're pretty much just like, yeah, whatever. And they highlight Kingston right in the mesoscale discussion. I don't know why those details aren't coming up. They should show up. The US radar looks really, really strong with these winds here. I hope these are aloft because that's 166.68 kilometer an hour winds high up in that storm. This radar is not that far from that storm, really. In fact, this radar is perpendicular with those winds. So that could be real strong winds on that storm. If you were in Wilkinson, Godfrey area, Bell Rock, Verona, Desert Lake, Lower Holliford, Hartington, Rosedale, Harrowsmith, all the way down towards Kingston, this thing's looking real strong. And strengthening as it gets closer to radar, and some insane values here. 166 kilometers an hour. I'm going to go look and see if I can see any see any data from weather stations. We got any wind gust data on that one? Because that looks ridiculously strong. There's no station showing any wind gusts for that. Great. That's fantastic. Video from down here. Let's double check that in the background. Do I see any videos yet? What? Why? Why are the reports not showing up on this one, but they're showing up on that one? What the crap is happening here? Blame it on my ADD, baby. Yeah, I don't like the look of that. The Franktown radar is closer to it, but it's perpendicular to the winds. So there could be some actually pretty substantial wind gusts here. Yeah, Kingston does need a polygon. Kingston's not even in a severe thunderstorm warning. Oh, they are, but still, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They still need a polygon from this. These winds could be insane. I'm going to say significant wind gusts are possible. Significant wind gusts and hail with that storm towards Gananoque, Kingston, maybe Napanee area. Stretch that out a bit here. That storm is looking brutal. Could see some significant wind gusts with that. I got a pretty big polygon here. So that storm looks pretty big. I think I'm going to go red on that one for now. Might even go higher. Might even go purple, but we'll see. We'll see what happens if I start to get some weather station data. But significant wind gusts possible. Carefully monitoring a storm. Here's a good question. For the person in the comments who was in McLean, how are the winds now? A lot of outages from the storm coming towards Kingston, someone said. Yeah, I think it's time. Here we go. We did have some gusts and the wind briefly changed direction from McLean. How is it now? Because U.S. radar looks insane with that storm. Whoa. There is some embedded rotation in there as well, too. Reports of trees down. Okay. That's enough for me. Notifying. Significant wind, significant gusts, and minor rotation of that storm. Carefully monitor storm located, where would it be here? Located near Wilkinson. Wilkinson. Sharbot Lake? Or Sharbot Lake? Yeah, it's more down here by Wilkinson now. Yeah. Wilkinson, traveling southeast of 67 kilometers an hour, 67. Maintains that speed and direction. It will reach Kingston by 119. Radar estimates wind gusts at 202 kilometers an hour. Oh boy. Looks like we are going live on Ontario Stormwatch and Instant Weather Ontario on Facebook. We've got a significant storm. I'm going to mention this. In rare cases, minor rotation can produce a wall cloud, funnel cloud, or even a tornado. But I'm mainly worried about the damaging wind gusts. Damaging wind gusts are possible with this storm, and we have had reports of trees down and power outages. Actually, I'm going to say rotation because that looks more like rotation and rotation detected. With the rotation, there is the potential for isolated tornado development activity. Please be safe in the path of this storm as it tracks to the southeast towards Kingston. That's at 12:37. And we're going red on that one. And we're sending it out to 4,378 people who have our free app. $4,378 people who have our free app, Instant Weather. You can download it for free at instantweatherapp.com. And 23 people who have our textmessagealerts.com subscriptions. Definitely seeing rotation in here, right? Especially near Chippewa here. I don't like the look of that. And we've been following that for actually right from there, right? And now here. Oh, did we just get a radar update? We did. Yeah, this is still looking pretty darn strong by Petworth and Verona. Could be some embedded rotation there. That could, and that's a little bit of a hook there as well too. East of Moscow, near Hartington, Harrowsmith, Verona area. That might actually be two areas of rotation. That and this. Let's look at it from storm relative velocity. Yeah, it looks even worse from storm relative velocity. Let's go to correlation coefficient. I'm going to do something different here that I normally don't do, which I'm going to switch it into triple mode. I want to see, and actually, let's go quad. We're going quad. That's it. We're going quad. I want to switch this one to tilt one reflect. So that one is going to be, let's do the bottom right one to be correlation coefficient tilt 2. Go to CC tilt 2. We got CC tilt 1. Let's make this storm relative velocity, which is looking quite strong on that one. And this one will be, okay. Yeah, thank you, Brendan. Appreciate it. I'm going to go full screen here too. Full screen. Okay. Doing a little bit of analysis here. We go back right here. That might be a tornado. That's a huge CC drop right at Chippewa. I'm pretty concerned with that signature right here. That looks like a CC drop. Right at that couplet is a drop, right? I'm pretty concerned about that storm. What percentages are we at now? 17% tornado risk on that one. Yeah, I'm genuinely concerned about the Chippewa area. Give me just 1 sec. Yeah, so I'm genuinely concerned with what I'm seeing there. It kind of looks like a CC drop on that storm. Let me go back here. Take a look at it from the US radar. Yeah, definitely that rotation near Bell Rock. This is from the Chippewa area. Yeah, I don't like the look of that. I don't see a CC drop from US radar, but US radar is much further away. All right, switching back from quad mode to swipe mode. All right, and I'm going to zoom it in here. Yeah, I don't like what I saw there. What the heck?
Did
What
I
the heck was
just
that?
see what I thought I saw?
I think so. There we go. That's the button. That's something I was messing with a while back. I'm surprised it's still on there. Okay. Anyways, moving on. What's going on in Ottawa? Just some storms up there. Nothing too significant. I don't like the look of this, by the way. I need to stop laughing because I don't like what I'm seeing here. This could be producing a tornado here. May have gone through the Chippewa area. It may have been, looks like it still could be going here. That could be a drop right there. Right there. It looks like that may have been a CC drop near Chippewa. What that means is we could be seeing debris being shown on radar here with this hook. I think I'm going to do a separate polygon just for this Chippewa area here. Let me see. For this hook, I'm going to do a polygon right here. From here to here. Why does it do this to me? There we go. I'm concerned about that. It's going straight into Kingston. Yeah, I don't like the look of this at all. Aerosmith area. I don't like the look of that at all. I'm going to shrink this down a little bit and highlight right over that rotation. Let me just go back a few frames. Right from there through there. I'm going to say tornado potential for Kingston here. I don't like the look of that at all. All right. Tornado potential for Kingston. I'm going to go orange on it. I'm going to go red. I already went red. Check the tornado potential with a storm located 30 kilometers northeast of Greater Napanee, traveling southeast at 91 kilometers an hour. Reach Kingston by 106. Ah, that's about right. Let's see exactly where it is right now. It is right in Harrowsmith. Harrowsmith, traveling southeast at 91 kilometers an hour. And that's at 12:45. Tornado potential, going orange on that one. And let's go an hour and a half on that. And we're sending that right into Kingston right now. That looks concerning to me. Genuinely concerning. Sent. So polygon inside of a polygon here. Don't like the look of that. Let me go see if I can find some cameras. Thank you everybody for sending in your reports. I appreciate it. Finally got the reports coming up in the background so I can take a look at them. Video. Thank you for sending in all these reports. I appreciate everybody. If it's safe to do so. I don't like what I'm seeing down there for Kingston. That's getting real close to the U.S. radar, and it looks real strong here. South Frontenac area, U.S. radar has 103 kilometer an hour. Did I see in there? 103 kilometer an hour, heading down towards Wilmer, Missouri, Ontario, Perth Road Village, down towards Spaffordton, Inverary, Latimer, and that's tracking right down into the Kingston area. And so this radar, the U.S. radar, is actually parallel to these winds. So the Franktown radar is actually giving us a better idea of the
for Kingston.
tornado warning for Kingston, folks. There it is. There it is. Glad we gave folks in Kingston a heads up on that one, so they could already start preparing before the tornado warning was issued. And I hope everybody's going to stay safe with this one because it looks pretty nasty. Pretty darn nasty right now. I missed a ton of comments. Sorry, folks. Let me just scroll down here. The storms in Ottawa look pretty boring right now for those who are asking. Yeah, tornado warning on this storm. I'm going to see if I can find some cameras down there. Maybe Ontario 511. That's got some stuff. Take a look here. Make sure cameras. Waze incidents, probably Waze weather hazards, Waze incidents might not be a bad idea. I like how they got Waze on that. That's pretty sweet. Let's go see if we can see some ton of cameras down here. They got radar on this thing, don't they? It's not the greatest, but it'll at least tell me where the storm is. I already know where the storm is. Storm is right here. Let's see. Get any views here? Let's see. I think they got weather radar. It's like, yeah. Whoa, it is insanely delayed. Oh, it's animating. I see. Okay. Oh, don't animate. Just show me the latest frame. Darn it. You can't even see the latest frame. I don't want this crap. Okay. We're going to be adding all these cameras to Instant Weather Pro, so it'll be a lot easier to figure out exactly what's going on here. But we jump back to Pro and we see exactly where this is. Yeah. Oh, boy. Kepler area. Rotation couplet right in Kepler. Definite strong rotation couplet right in Kepler. Classic Cole. Yeah, I really don't like the look of this. This is definitely strong rotation in Kepler right now. If you are in Kepler, if you're in Kingston, I'd be taking shelter with this storm. It looks not good. Not good. There is some kind of broad rotation over here near Napanee. I don't think that's tornadic, but it's interesting to look at. This is definitely the area, a main area of concern is Kepler. Let's see what the tornado warning says from Environment Canada. They don't mention the location yet. They'll update that, I assume. Classic Cole. Couldn't read up one single comment. Let's see here. Oh, my goodness. And the winds coming from the U.S. radar just look insane right now. How is 160 kilometer an hour wind gusts in there? I am not liking the look of this. But this radar is parallel to the winds. Thank you, Dr. Sills, for Dr. Sills has been such a great help over the years. He's just let me know so many things, and as soon as he lets me know things, I just want to let you know things too. Dumb question. It's not a dumb question, but only dumb question is the one that's not asked. Sorry, dumb question, but how do you detect rotations with the solid pixel colors? What are you honing in on exactly to come to rotation conclusions? So, in this particular case, if you're looking at a radar that's parallel to the winds, it's actually parallel to the storm. It's actually a lot easier to see the damaging wind gusts in there. But if you click on the radar that is currently perpendicular to the winds, then you can really see the rotation. And in this case, we see 87 kilometers moving away from the radar and 35 kilometers an hour moving back towards the radar. So away from the radar, back towards the radar, away, back towards. And that is showing rotation right there. Let's go to correlation coefficient on this one. Looked like we did see it looked like a debris signature earlier right here in Chippewa. That looked like a TDS debris signature. Let's see here. But yeah, Kepler, definitely strong rotation in Kepler. Some weaker rotation down here by Napanee. And we're also using storm relative velocity, which is really helpful. I think we're the only ones with storm relative velocity from Canadian radar data, which you can subscribe to on Instant Weather Pro. You can either do it through our free app, Instant Weather, or you can do it through our website, instantweatherpro.com. Huge thanks to all those who have supported the project, especially the Northern Tornadoes Project, the CSSL, the Canadian Severe Storms Laboratory, and our partners there at NTP have been of a huge help. But obviously, a huge thank you to everybody in the community who subscribed to it as well, too. All good, Brennan. I got it. It's all good. Your stuff's on auto anyways, right? So no biggie. Oh, it's just virtual? Yeah, it's all good. No worries. Brandon's just got to step away for 10, 20 minutes. No big deal. Yeah, we're going to continue to track this storm as it tracks through Kingston. This should be so much for the model saying this was going to weaken. Not really. Brendan called that one. He's like, the models have kind of been garbage lately. And I'm like, they kind of have been garbage lately. So we're like, yeah, let's go live. Definitely. And let's make sure everybody in Kingston area is safe with this one. But yeah, strong rotation there. A couple of different pockets of rotation, actually, that are concerning me. This over here is interesting. We did get a video from over there. I'm going to take a peek at it in the background here. Give me a second. Thank you to all those who use our free app, Instant Weather. You can download it for free at instantweatherapp.com. There is a huge update coming with much better performance for older devices. A bunch of bug fixes, bunch of improvements to Instant Weather Pro. Lots of great stuff. So that's coming very, very soon. It's in the approval process right now. Let me click on this. Oh, someone got wall cloud? Really? I see. Okay. When was this video? This was 25 minutes ago. Okay. Someone said wall cloud on this storm right here, on this part of the storm on the far west side, south of Tweed there. There is some interesting rotation signature here. I think I'm going to go minor rotation on that part of the storm too. This part of the storm is definitely very strong rotation over here, but I think I might go minor on this left side of it here because there is a little bit of a hook. Let me do a little storm track here. It's a polygon time. Let's see here. Yeah, still seeing some kind of broad rotation there. We went minor rotation. Sorry, we went rotation detected. Then we went tornado potential. And then the tornado warning was issued by Environment Canada. So nice to be able to give a heads up to our wonderful community members here. Seeing some rotation detected on this storm here, on this part of the storm here on the west side. Let's see here. What's the latest frame? Ooh. Yeah, I don't like what's happening. Kingston should be taking shelter with that one for sure. Seeing rotation detected on this going into Napanee area right now. Is that a new video? I'll double check one sec. think I'm going to go tornado potential on that as well, too. Tornado potential with a storm located 11 kilometers north of Greater Napanee near Skate Park. Is that where it is? Skate Park? I would say more near MYRE Hall. MYRE Hall. MYRE Hall. Traveling southeast of 41 kilometers an hour. We also had a report of a wall cloud, a rotating wall cloud with this part of the storm. And blah, blah, blah. Yeah, please be safe in the path of that one. That's 1257. Oopsie. There we go. And let's go red on that one too, I think. Sending that one out. 2 tornado potential polygons here. Seeing a report from Kingston. Getting a video from Kingston here. The shelf coming in. Second here. I'm definitely concerned with that. Sky's green coming into Kingston right now. Not looking good. I really don't like these winds I'm seeing here. 162 kilometers an hour. That's not a good sign. I see we do have a video that came in through our app from Napanee. I'm going to take a look at that in the background. Give me 1 second here. If you're in the Kingston area, this looks insane now. I mean, it already looked insane before, but 162.72 kilometer an hour wind gusts in there. This is basically northeast of Kingston around the Aylesworth, Ayles Worth area, Kingston Mills, Fairmount area, Shannon's Corners. That really strong rotation is tracking to the southeast, and that could head through eastern side of Kingston here. And that could be a big, big problem. Look at that report right there. Whoa. Wild shelf coming in. Wild shelf cloud there. You gotta watch the kind of the backside of those shelf clouds because you can get some strong rotation there. But I really don't like what I'm seeing here coming into Kingston. Do not like this. I'm gonna look for the cameras again here. Let's jump back to Ontario 511, see if we can see anything from... I mean, there's a ton of cameras. Lots of cars on the road. Don't like to see that during something like this. Ugh, look at that. Wow. 401 east of Montreal Street. The rain is super, 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 super heavy. Probably some pretty strong winds in there as well, too. What am I looking at? Getting pretty nasty in Kingston right now. Hopefully everybody's staying safe. Really don't like that rotation couplet I'm seeing there. If I go to storm relative velocity, it still looks pretty nasty as well. We did tornado potential on this side of the storm as well, too. Looks like there is a orange severe thunderstorm warning on the west side of the storm there. Let's see if they've added any details for the Kingston tornado warning. Oh, they're on water. So they've also added a on water tornado warning. Tornado location near Glen Burnie. This was at 12:58. So this was 2 minutes ago. They updated the tornado warning and said tornado location near Glen Burnie, also near Battersea. Glen Burnie. Let's see here. Glen Burnie, Kingston. Yeah, right there. Exactly. That's exactly the couplet that we're looking at. That's right. So could be a big, big problem for folks in this area here. Let me double check in the background. I'm just going to pull up these reports and see what I can see from all these wonderful folks that are sending in reports through the app. I see that. Yeah, there might be something northeast of that current spot, right up here. There's a very strong signature up here. Oh, they also mentioned Battersea. They said Battersea, and so there's 2 areas of strong rotation here. I'm gonna do a polygon for the Battersea one here. Whoa, it kind of just vanished. That Battersea one kind of vanished on the latest frame. Let's see. This one's still coming into Kingston right now. Going through Eastview. Look at these values here. 120 kilometers an hour. Very, very strong rotation couplet right there. Could be rain wrapped, folks. This could be completely obscured by rain. This is not good. We got Kingston webcams. Thank you. I'm going to pull those up here. Thank you so much for that. Okay. City of Kingston webcams here. Those are useful. Let's see here. Okay. Live webcams from Kingston here. A lot of people outside right now. Confederation Park. Let's take a look. You can see the winds really, really blowing here. This is live from Kingston right now. Thank you so much, Smith. Great find. See the clouds at the top right here. This looks like a spider web on the... This is a spider web here, folks. Don't get confused. That's just a spider web. Just a spider web there. 1 second here. Actually, look at all these wonderful... This camera on the bridge is just flailing around. Must be a pretty stressful drive for these folks that are out here driving right now. Okay. Keep an eye. Can you keep an eye on those for me, please, Smith? I know you're doing a lot of stuff right now, but I'm going to jump back to radar. I just want to see what's going on. Let me pull up the... I have video. How do I share, says Drew. If you have video and you're on Facebook, jump on Ontario Storm Reports and submit your video. Make sure you include the date, time, and the location, please. Is it heading to Brockville? The overall storm is, but not the strong areas of rotation. Let's take a look at correlation coefficient. You don't see that often where they actually mention in the tornado warning, they actually mention tornado location. I'm guessing they're saying if there's a tornado, it's in those locations. But it almost feels like they're confirming that it's actually been reported. But it didn't say reported. It just said tornado location. Yeah, 2 areas of rotation. Still seeing this rotation here near Pittsburgh area. Eastern Kingston. And this right here coming through Kingston right now. What's getting mentioned in the chat a lot? Yeah, the rotation's pretty strong on this one, folks. I'd still be taking shelter if you're in the Kingston area. I'm going to go double check these reports in the background here. Give me a sec. A lot of people sending me in reports. I'm going to pull up the gallery mode here. Oh, that was the bridge cam. Okay. Okay, I'm going to pull up gallery mode and we'll take a look at some of these. Keep an eye on that rotation. And again, we're seeing rotation down here by Bath area. If I bring that back to regular velocity, a little bit of rotation down there. The Napanee stuff looking a little bit messier than the Napanee stuff, but it's still concerning. And they have issued a tornado warning over the water as well too. Let me show you the our new gallery mode. Okay. This is from Frontenac Islands. And Frontenac Islands here. Frontenac Islands, Frontenac Islands. Greater Napanee, Ottawa, Kingston. That was Kingston at 12:47, so that's a little while ago of the storm coming in. Thank you so much for that report, Anonymous. That was that storm earlier. Ottawa, Greater Napanee, Leeds, Kingston here. Really, really strong winds there. Thank you for that report. Appreciate it. From Frontenac Islands. Whoa, look at that. Whoa. See, this is the big rain and hail core right here, right? And then that's the rain-free base. That's where my attention goes right there. Although this could be rain wrap, so if there was a funnel, it could actually be in behind the rain. Thank you for that report. I appreciate it. Lots of wonderful reports coming in. Ooh. That's from Frontenac Island as well. Looking pretty grumpy on its way in. It's rough. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate the reports. Looks like we just did get an update here. The latest update looks interesting. It's much different. Very, very strong winds in there. Very strong winds. Hope everybody's staying safe. U.S. radar is losing its mind over how strong these winds are. 120 kilometers an hour. Is everybody all right? Let me know what you're experiencing, folks. Lots of people asking about Brockville. Brockville is, you're going to see part of the storm, but not the strongest part of the storm. At least from what we can tell right now. Air is completely dead in Picton. Yeah, well, you're way down here. You're good. Picton's not the problem. The problem is what's going through Kingston. Wind is super calm in Kingston, says Annie. No wind? I wonder if this is elevated. Seems like a normal storm so far. This is good news. Good news. Heavy rain and the wind is slowly picking up. The strongest winds might be on the backside of this. 2 trees knocked down over in my yard. 2 trees knocked over in my yard. Couch in the farmer's field. Harrowsmith. Yeah, Harrowsmith looked really strong earlier. That's actually where the rotation began. So it looks like may have been a brief touchdown here. We did see, remember that debris signature? Harrowsmith saying tree damage with those 2 rotation couplets there. Hope everybody's okay. How is Amherst View? Double check. I was going through all your comments here, folks. There's a million of them. It just died down in Kingston. The wind was intense for a bit, though. Okay. Just died out here in Kingston. Thank you, Jason. Let's jump back to those cameras. Wherever they went. There we go. Yeah, it looks like the wind has calmed down in Kingston. That's good news. It looked pretty darn gusty when we loaded up the cameras earlier. Kingston's got a lot of great camera views. If every town and every city could have this, I would be so happy. It would make life so much better for tracking storms. Yeah, it looks like the winds have calmed down in Kingston. Thank you. How's the wind on the bridge there? Yeah, that camera was flying around before, and now it's pretty still. So that's good. And Richardson Beach here. Okay, good news, good news. All right, but yeah, it looks like we've had some significant damage reported. That may have been, let's hope that lifted. It did look like it potentially still looks really strong as it came through. If there was some damage, no, the wind is wild here on the east side, says Deanna. Oh, it's still wild? Kingston East and basement, it sounds bad. Booms and maybe echo, but not venturing up to sea. No surface wind north of Kingston. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, the east side of Kingston would have been the area of the most concern because that rotation came through the east side. The U.S. radar is actually not that far from it. U.S. radar is only right here. In fact, the U.S. radar is equal distance, I would say, if not maybe closer to Kingston than, yeah. Yeah, the U.S. radar is actually closer to Kingston. 10% tornado risk on that, 32% severe wind risk on it. But the U.S. radar is also parallel to the wind, so we can see the strong wind gusts. Franktown is perpendicular, so it would actually have a better chance of seeing rotation. Gananoque area, yeah, there's a little something going on there. Holy, folks, pretty intense. Someone reported wind damage and power outage in Kingston. Thank you for the report. I hope everybody's okay. Just a thunderstorm in Brockville? Yeah, Brockville didn't look that strong. Wind is not calm here, we're hearing. Yeah, just because one side of Kingston is calm doesn't mean the other side is calm. Trees were whipping central Kingston, now calm. Likely patio furniture? Yeah, I think so. Calgary Tech, we finally got a photo of you. Hey, what's up? My son's in Brockville and the sirens have gone off. What's that right there? Tree damage in Kingston. Thank you, Ashley. Oh, sorry, north of Kingston in Inverary. Some tree damage there. Thank you for the report. Appreciate it. Hope everybody's safe. Power popped in Parhan. Thank you. A brief power outage. Thank you. No visible rotation in Smith Falls. Thank you for the report. Appreciate it. I love your reports, everybody. Is there an actual tornado? There has been reports of substantial damage, so it's possible that it touched down. Environment Canada said near Marysville, also Gananoque. Yeah, there's a couple areas of concern based on radar. Gananoque area, and now this is kind of heading over across the international border here. So most of the show there is done. There is still some rotation to the west. Oh, they said Marysville. It's only under severe thunderstorm warning, but it's an orange severe thunderstorm warning. But yeah, there's a little bit of a hook here near Marysville. A little bit of something going on there. And there's a little something going on here too, but that might just be noise. See what it looks like from Buffalo from really far away here. Interesting. I really hope everybody stayed safe. Looks like we did see some flooding. Flood report southeast of Carleton Place near Beckwith. Flooding report in Beckwith. Thank you for the report. Appreciate it. Oh boy, folks. That got real interesting real fast. I hope everybody's okay. Grandview Municipality in Manitoba has declared a state of emergency for the flooding. Yeah, Grandview Municipality, state of emergency because of the flooding. That's not good. Ugh. I still got to pack. I have to travel to Oakville. Let's go take a look at the storms up in northeastern Ontario quickly here, because they look like they're pretty nasty over by the Timmins area. There is some embedded rotation in there right here. Yeah, there is some embedded rotation on those storms. Could see some pretty strong winds there. And those are actually heading to the east towards Timmins. So Timmins could be getting into it here. Timmins is under a severe thunderstorm warning. It just says capable of producing heavy rain in the severe thunderstorm warning. It doesn't even talk about winds or anything. It's like Brennan might be back. Pretty strong storms coming over Lake Superior here, over towards areas north of Sault Ste. Marie. Those are looking pretty grumpy too. Got to keep an eye on those. Lots of videos coming out of Kingston. Thank you so much, everybody, for the reports. We appreciate it. Really does help. How are the winds in Kingston now? Let me know what's up. Trees down in Kingston and my brother's fence is gone, says Kendra. That's not good. Thank you for the report. Look at these reports coming in on Ontario storm reports. Wow. Extreme winds, that person said. They were right on the edge of it there. I hope everybody's okay. My husband's in Kingston and doesn't have anywhere to seek shelter. That's not great. Very windy, says stop and go fast. Very windy in Kingston. Yeah, the winds on the backside of the storm look really strong. Really, really strong. Kingston East, no wind. Thank you, Jim. I got to turn the air conditioning down here. I'm freezing. It's like a meat locker in here. There's still 4 farmers market stands standing at Spring Market Square. That's some dedication. Yeah, careful, folks. Angela says it's died down. Vicky says, I'm in Kingston, and that was insane winds. Isn't it funny how localized the winds can be? Like some people in Kingston are like, there was no wind at all. And some people are like, my fence is gone. Like things can be very, very isolated. That actually kind of lends itself maybe towards some isolated tornado activity, because that's how it can be. If there's isolated tornado activity, you can have like the west. Look, west. Jason says the west end trees weren't even moving. Yeah, the west end wasn't the problem. It was more the east end. It was definitely the east side that was the problem. Now the velocity is just getting super messy in this high shear environment. Look at this bow echo, though. My goodness. Like, this is a classic bow. Watch this. From here to here. When a storm starts to bow out, you start to get really, really strong winds on the front edge of that storm. And you can also have, little spin-ups along that edge as well, too. And that's what we may have had here. We'll see. The Northern Tornadoes Project will have to go do an investigation to see. Any power outages in Kingston? I'm not sure. What's the power company in Kingston? Is it Hydro One, or is there kind of like an Electra or something? Hydro One power outage map is lighting up with outages, says Christine. There was rotation forming behind my house in West End of Kingston about 20 minutes ago. Thank you. Appreciate the report. Timmins, Ontario, red? Do you mean there's a red warning up there? Let's see. Or do you just mean there's red on the map? I don't see a red warning up there. There's definitely a bit of rotation on this part of the storm here. I might want to go minor rotation detected on that in particular right here. I think I'm going to do that here. Let me just do a little polygon for our friends up north. see here. It's actually kind of moving more to the east. I'm going to delete that one and go with this one. That right there. Okay, where is the storm? The storm is southwest of Foyet, Foleyet, tracking to the east, southeast. Foyet. Let's take a look and see what this comes up as. I'm going to say rotation detected on that one. 61 kilometers northeast of Chapleau, west of Foyet. How do you spell it? Foleyet, sorry. Foleyet. Foleyet. Foyet, traveling southeast at 65 kilometers an hour. That looks good to me. And let's go orange on that one. And let's send that out to 20 people up there. Actually, 20 people up in that rural area. Cool. All right, we've notified them. Let's jump back down to Kingston, see what's going on. Actually, take a quick look at this. Okay. Englehart storm. Oh boy, folks. Heck of a storm through Kingston. I mean, unbelievable bow echo. That is a very, very classic bow echo. Just the front of the storm just turning into this big curve, right? And just going and just plowing through. Mainly, typically, we see wind damage from that, but there can be embedded rotation baked into it, as we did see, and we have heard of damage. So we really hope everybody's okay. People are saying Hydro 1 is just completely lit up with... Hydro 1's lit up. Hydro 1 is for Kingston, okay? Everyone's saying there's lots and lots of power outages lighting up there. What about Ottawa? I think Ottawa's fine. There is some storms coming down from... there is some risk for Ottawa later on tonight with these storms coming down from northern Ontario. So that's a little bit concerning for the Ottawa area, but might be more of a Quebec situation. It's hard to say for sure. It's going to kind of toe the Quebec line. Look at this, 42 reports in Kingston, 53 reports in Kingston area. We appreciate it, folks. All those reports do help a lot. This is starting to track into the U.S. Big, strong winds here. Let's see what they're saying with the special marine warning. They're talking about wind gusts to nearly 50 knots on that one. Yeah, strong winds on that. Hope everybody stayed safe. We are still concerned about Amherst View. Where's Amherst View? Trees down everywhere through Harrowsmith, Ontario. The warning came far too late. We need a better warning system, says Rachel. We notified that storm a while back, right? We notified that storm, the Harrowsmith area. What time did we notify that? It was before it hit, I'm pretty sure. Where's Harrowsmith here? Yeah, we notified that storm. Significant gusts and rotation detected at 12:37. That was well before it hit. And then we also notified tornado potential on that storm as well, too. And that was later. That was at 12:45. So this storm was way back here. And we said, yeah, so we notified that storm. Is anybody in Harrowsmith that's in our... Obviously, Rachel is on that one. Is anybody in... Yeah, it looks like it hit Harrowsmith about 12:41. Tornado touchdown in Glen, traveling 80 kilometers to south. Matt, that would have been a little bit earlier. That wouldn't have been right now. Is anybody in Harris? Yes, Harrowsmith. You did. We notified that one, right? Yeah. You told them before being warned. Absolutely. We notified Harrowsmith well before that fell down. Way before those trees came down. So, unfortunately, the The tornado warning didn't come out in time, but we notified that one early. I'm in Sydneyham beside Harrowsmith. Are you okay, Haley? Is everything okay over there? Harrowsmith Highway is closed. Highway 38 is closed in Harrowsmith. Look at that photo right here. Look at that sky. Whoa. Putrid green sky. From all that hail aloft. Whoa. Oh, sorry. About Amherst View. All right, let me check. Amherst View. Near Loyalist? I mean, you're fine now. The storm is southeast of you. I mean, you're still getting rain. There's still some lightning in there, but yeah. Here we go. Got notified at Wolf Island at 12:20. Rotation hit at 12:40. We gotcha. Boyfriend is trying to find a way back to Kingston from Harrowsmith. He lost his service mid-call. I wonder if that means it took down cell towers. That's not great. All good, Smith. I'm watching chat right now. I'm just watching chat in great detail here. Let's see here. Just trying to go through all these comments. There's so many. Wendy said we gave her an early notification. Glad we could help. If you didn't get notified, then you probably don't have our free app. You might want to download it. It is free. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. And if you want to get notified in advance of dangerous storms, which is typically when you want to be notified, you might want to download our free app. Thank you, Seth Manka. Appreciate it. People are losing cell reception, so it's likely. I'm trying to go down through these comments. It's so fast. Ottawa's fine right now. You could see some strong storms later. Let me turn on meso analysis and see what we're dealing with the VTP, violent tornado parameter. Yeah, the environment's starting to pick up here, but I don't think we're actually expecting any storms over by Peterborough. Stranger things have happened though. Burbrook Road is covered in downed trees. Thank you, Megan. So models are not that great right now, though. One second, I'm going to double check something in the background here. I hope everybody stayed safe with all those trees coming down. That's always a concern. Really, really hope everybody's okay. Hope you're all right, folks. Jeez. We tried our best, folks. We gave an early notification to this whole area well in advance of a lot of that damage. As soon as we started to see rotation on radar, we notified it. Might have been a pretty big tornado there. It's hard to say, but we're hearing lots of reports of damage, and there was strong rotation there, so it's very possible. A lot of people asking about Picton. No, Picton's fine. You're good. Smith Falls. I mean, Smith Falls is fine. It's just rain. Most of this has gone over the international border now. So it's pretty much over for Eastern Ontario until we see more storms come down from northeastern Ontario. The stuff going towards Timmins right now is looking pretty nasty. Let me just take another peek at that. Yeah, we are seeing organized rotation heading towards a Folliet area. If you're in the Folliet area, I'd be taking shelter with that one. It's starting to look pretty strong. And what's the percentage? 45% tornado risk on IW Storm Risk here using Instant Weather Pro. 88% total severe risk on that one. 45% tornado risk on that cell. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, if you're near full yet, we did rotation detected, but that's looking super duper strong. What are the percentages here? Was it 45? Yeah, 45% tornado risk on that cell. I'm going to go tornado potential on that. That thing's ridiculous. They need to know what's up. Looks like it's going pretty much this way. Slowly but surely that way. Very rural area, so I kind of want to do a giant polygon on this. Full yet. Tornado potential. Near full yet. Traveling slowly to the east. Can't spell east, obviously, or type. That's great. I'm a little shook, which is what happened. Let's go red on that one. 45 people in the path of that storm. I'm going to send that out right now. Okay. We've notified those folks instantly. That's how we do around here. Let's see here. Go take a look at the Kingston area. Most of this is moving out over. Most of this is moving over the international border now. Will Picton be fine? Yeah, Picton's fine. Is it over for Eastern Ontario? For now. Where do we find the app? Just go to instantweatherapp.com or just go to the App Store and search Instant Weather. It is free. Enable notifications, and we will send you updates when things look significant. We'll also send any Environment Canada watches and warnings, advisories, and statements as well. A lot of people asking about their areas. Pretty much everywhere is fine at this point in time. There is still some strong storms near Athens. I'm not seeing anything like a strong rotation. Ottawa later, maybe. We'll see. Oh yeah, Brendan, you nailed that one. Brendan actually mentioned through the Kingston area, yeah, or at least parts of Eastern Ontario there. That actually worked out. The tornado warnings have ended. There's still some storms down here by Bath and Emerald. Areas east of Picton, this Bongard area, still some minor rotation in there. I would wait till those storms get out of the area, but Picton's fine. A lot of folks are asking, is Picton okay? Picton's fine. Kingston should be fine now, other than, rain and lightning. This stuff over here by Athens isn't looking particularly strong, and this is all tracking over the international border. So just for context, the international border is here, right? That's the international border. So all of this is the U.S. And most of that storm is tracking over that way now. So that's pretty much the show at this point in time. We do have a tornado potential polygon up in northeastern Ontario with some really strong storms up there. The Timmins area looks pretty juicy, as Trisha just said. Yeah, it really does. It looks wild. This could be a developing tornado right here. I'm concerned about this here. If you're in full yet, you need to take shelter immediately with that storm. That thing is cooking hard, and it's tracking slowly but surely to the southeast. Groundhog River, Tionaga area. Maybe Metagami area as well as it tracks to the southeast. But that's slowly but surely tracking to the east, but the tornado risk percentage on it is ridiculous right now. Let me just refresh this here. Timmins is a supercell of 12. Yeah. 38% tornado risk on that cell, 71% severe wind risk on it, 62% severe hail risk on the full yet storm. We went tornado potential on that one. That one's looking pretty darn strong. Oh boy, folks, that was pretty wild. I hope everybody in the Kingston area is safe. I know we've heard of some pretty substantial damage. I hope everybody in New York State is safe with this as it tracks to the southeast. Looks like the National Weather Service in the States has severe thunderstorm warnings on that, and the front of that storm is looking real strong as it's tracking into New York State. The stuff over here by Mallorytown and Brockville is looking pretty boring on radar, which is good news. Let's look at it from Franktown. Probably some heavy rain, some lightning, maybe some gusty winds, but nothing too wild. The Cornwall stuff also looks pretty boring, which is good. The Morrisburg storms, all of that just looks like gusty winds, maybe some lightning in there, some torrential rain. Holy, that was wild. We love boring in Brockville. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. Please keep us updated on the Foleyet area. Will do for sure. I have my family is packing up and getting ready to go to our. We always go to Oakville for Canada Day. Sometimes they come to Bear, but we usually go to Oakville for Canada Day. We're going to Oakville, but I'm bringing my MacBook, and if things get crazy later on, I will try my best to stream. And things might get crazy tomorrow as well too, and I'll try my best to. If things get wild, I'll try my best to stream as well too. Brennan's here today and tomorrow as well, so he'll be helping out, and we'll definitely be watching and notifying storms. We'll be doing our best. It's always tricky for me around Canada Day. Canada Day always has crazy storms, and I always have this family thing that I go to, and so it's a bit tricky. We've been live, like Brennan said, we've been live 20 days this month. 20 out of 30 days we've been live this month, so we've been on it. We have been on it. Dennis said, you did great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you kindly, everybody. I hope even if we helped one person not get injured by putting out these early notifications, I really hope that everybody stayed safe. You know, if it's worth it if even one person was able to not get injured by falling trees. So I need to drink some more coffee. The coffee's done. All right, folks, that was wild. But what's the app name? Yeah, so if you're looking for our free app, you can get it at instantweatherapp.com. I'll show you it on the screen here. Yeah, it's right there. The link is at the bottom. Download our app at instantweatherapp.com. That just shows you a link to Apple and a link to Android. So really, I mean, you can just go to the App Store. And this is what our app looks like here. So many notifications coming up. Stop it. Stop the notifications. They won't stop showing up. I'm going to wait until they stop. There we go. So that's what our app looks like. That's me and Barry here. We've got the hourly product here. It's toasty. We've got the day product as well too. Thunderstorms, Wednesday, Thursday for Barry. 15-day product there. We've got an excellent radar product as well too. We've got super interpolated. I'll show you what our radar product actually looks like in the app. So if I click here and turn it off, and I turn this off, I'm using Instant Weather Pro right now, by the way. You can also subscribe to that if you'd like at instantweatherpro.com. It's $99 for the year, which works out to $8 something a month. But you can also subscribe to it monthly for, I think, $10.99 a month through our app as well. A new update is coming out for the app as well. It's going to make things significantly better for Instant Weather Pro, for older devices. Lots of bug tweaks, lots of updates. And that update is coming very, very soon. We're just testing it right now, and we're just about to release it. Let me turn off mesoanalysis so you can see. This is actually what the radar looks like in our free app. It's actually more buggy here on our admin map than in the app. It's butter smooth, but let's see how it works here. Cool. That's what the radar looks like. See, I don't know why it does that on the admin map. It doesn't do that on the app. It just looks like this on the app. And everybody gets that. That's on the free version of the app. You get super smooth, high resolution radar. You can download that for free. You don't have to subscribe to Instant Weather Pro. You can if you'd like. It's a great product. I think it's in my personal opinion, I'm a bit biased, but I think it's the best radar product in Canada. Our partners at the Northern Tornadoes Project use it to verify and classify tornadoes and downbursts across Canada. So they believe in it. We believe in it. I really appreciate everybody who subscribed to it. But you can also just download our free app. Our free app is great. Download it at instantweatherapp.com. It is free. Check it out. Huge thank you to all those who have upgraded to remove ads and to extend the future radar all the way out to 12 or 48 hours. We have future radar out to 48. Yeah, huge thank you to everybody. We appreciate it. Thank you for sending in super chats. Thank you for sending in stars on Facebook, gifts on Twitch. We appreciate it. I missed a whole bunch here. Kale became a new YouTube member. Thank you so much, Kale. Ted sent a super chat in. Thank you so much, Ted, and sent in another super chat. Thank you very, very much. And you're a YouTube member. I appreciate it. Thank you so much to everybody for all your support. Thank you to those who subscribe to our text message alerts. If you want another level of reliability, like our free app is great, and we send out the free app notifications. But if you want that next level of reliability, we have textmessagealerts.com. It's about $4.49 a month, and we'll actually send you alerts through text messages, which if your Wi-Fi goes down and you just have like a basic cell signal, especially for rural areas, a lot of people in rural areas use it because it works great, even if like you have like 2 bars of 3G. The only thing coming through is like a basic text message at that point in time. And textmessagealerts.com is how you can subscribe to that. Thank you so much to all those who do that. We will be tracking these storms as they track through northeastern Ontario and eventually down towards Quebec-ish, eastern Ontario. We'll see if it affects the Ottawa area. It's not entirely out of the question later tonight for these storms to affect the Ottawa area. So we're going to be watching that very closely. We did tornado potential on this foil yet storm, and 41% tornado risk, 90% total severe risk. That's some of the highest we've seen in a long time. Holy, I hope everybody's staying safe. Timmins is getting some pretty strong storms there, but the strongest stuff is to the southwest, tracking to the southeast. Go Gamma area, potentially. So we'll be watching that very, very closely as it tracks. Holy, folks, and the heat. Stay cool, please. And again, I'm going to be bringing my MacBook with me to Oakville. We've got internet there. I won't look as cool as my setup here. And I'm not bringing the green screen or anything. But I might just be streaming out of like a bedroom in my aunt's house. We'll see. But anyways, we'll be watching this closely. I hope everybody stayed safe. Thank you so much. If you do have damage reports, please email us help@instantweather.ca, and then we'll send them over to the Northern Tornadoes Project, and they'll be doing some investigations in the Kingston area, I'm sure. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope everybody stays safe. Drink lots of water. Keep cool. Thank you, Miss Esri. Thank you, Smith. Thank you, Patricia, Lindsay, Brennan, Alana, Dalton, Cole, Cody, everybody on the team, Liam. Really, really appreciate it. We'll talk to you all very soon, and I hope everybody stays safe. And we may be back a little bit later on with a live stream. So thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you, Brennan.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.